Donald Trump had what can only be described as a full-on emotional meltdown recently, and the target of his latest rage episode. None other than Jerome Powell, the chairman of the Federal Reserve, a man Trump himself handpicked during his first term. Irony meet reality. So what happened? Powell made headlines last week by essentially lighting every economic alarm bell available, warning that the US economy is under serious strain. And not just any strain. Powell pointed directly at Trump's past policies and lack of economic understanding as the primary reasons for this mess. Trump obviously didn't take it well. In typical Trump fashion, he hopped onto Truth Social and went into full rage mode. He's been pressuring Powell to slash interest rates again, an economically reckless move that could cause immediate inflation spikes and possibly crash the economy. That's precisely why Powell and the Biden administration never entertained that idea. During the Biden years, Powell worked with the administration to increase interest rates gradually, a textbook method to cool down inflation. Higher interest rates make borrowing more expensive, which reduces spending. And when spending drops, inflation also retreats. Simple economics. On the other hand, what Trump is suggesting, lowering rates in this moment, would create a borrowing boom, lead to overconsumption, and push inflation right back up. But Trump doesn't seem to care about logic or economic literacy. This week, Powell announced that the Fed would keep interest rates unchanged. Not higher, not lower. A steady approach. And that's when Trump lost it. He logged onto Truth Social and posted this gem, Donald Trump, VO, too late. Jerome Powell is a fool who doesn't have a clue. Other than that, I like him very much. Oil and energy way down, almost all costs. Grocery and eggs down, virtually no inflation. Tariff money pouring into the US, the exact opposite of too late. Enjoy. Yes, that's real. That's what he wrote. Let's unpack the nonsense. First, oil prices are down, yes, but not because of Trump. We're currently in a low-travel season. Once schools let out and summer kicks in, prices always go up. It's predictable. As someone who's tracked gas and energy trends for over 15 years, let me tell you, prices spike around summer, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and spring break. That's not Trump magic. That's seasonal demand. Second, Trump claimed grocery and egg prices are down. Completely false. Egg prices have slightly dipped from March highs, but they're still more expensive than they were a year ago. Groceries overall, still trending upward. Your dollar isn't stretching further, it's shrinking. The average person is still paying more at checkout. Trump is lying, plain and simple. Third, virtually no inflation, laughable. Inflation has been rising again, slowly but surely. And Trump's proposed economic policies, especially the massive tariffs, are likely to accelerate it. And that brings us to Powell's actual statement, the one that sent Trump spiraling. Here's what Powell said in response to Trump's proposed trade and tariff plans. Jerome Powell, VO, if the large increases in tariffs, Trump's policy, that have been announced are sustained, they're likely to generate a rise in inflation, a slowdown in economic growth, and an increase in unemployment. The effects on inflation could be short-lived, reflecting a one-time shift in the price level. But it is also possible that the inflationary effects could instead be more persistent. Avoiding that outcome will depend on the size of the tariff effects, how long it takes for them to pass into prices, and ultimately on keeping long-term inflation expectations anchored. Now here's the catch. Trump likely doesn't even understand what Powell is saying. Not the terminology, not the implications, but it's hurting his ego, and that's enough to trigger a tantrum. Trump continues to lie about the tariffs, lie about trade deals, and most importantly, lie about what's really happening in the economy. And whether he believes those lies or not isn't even the point anymore. His actions are based on them, and those actions are hurting real people. His lies are draining your wallet. He's gaslighting the public, trying to convince you that everything is great while your bills go up and your savings shrink. Trump wants you to ignore your lived reality and buy into his fantasy. The shelves are full, inflation doesn't exist, and Jerome Powell is the problem. But Powell isn't the one playing political theater. Powell is issuing serious warnings. And Trump? He's making jokes like, "Other than that, I like the guy," laughing it off while the economic train derails. Folks, don't fall for it. And to all our amazing supporters here at Politic Punch, thank you for sticking with us. We've just launched a membership option for fans who want early access to our content and some exclusive member perks like badges and icons. If you appreciate what we do and want to support our work, please consider signing up. Your support means everything. Thank you.